Alright, we're on part 4 now of my record collection. I'm just going to get right into it. I'm going to start off with this Johnny Cash record, At Folsom Prison. Now, this was one of the first records I ever got. I actually got my first 3 records before I even had a turntable record player at all. I knew I was getting one, I just hadn't actually bought it yet. So I went and got this record along with 2 others, which I'll show eventually in the series. And this is just, it's amazing live country album. From front to back, it's fantastic. The energy in it is really good. He's in a prison performing in front of all these prisoners, and he's singing songs that kind of relate directly to what they're going through in their situation. It's just an amazing album that really, everyone should listen to that album. That's an essential record for anyone. I know a lot of people say, oh, I like anything but country. I like all genres but country music. Shut up. Just go listen to the record. It's amazing. Yeah. Anyways, I also have Live at San Quentin, Johnny Cash. Now this one is in real bad shape. I was given to the I was given this record by my brother. He got it from someone who got it from a thrift store, and then he gave it to me. It's not really in good shape. I tried to listen to it once, but it was basically unlistenable. It was way too, scratched up and dirty and all that. So, yeah, kind of sucks, but oh well. I'll live. All right, on to my small CCR collection. We'll start off with this Bayou Country. Now, where did I even get this? I don't even remember where I got this record. I don't remember how long ago it was or what. But yeah, this has Born on the Bayou, Good Golly Miss Molly. God, you gotta love that song. It's got Proud Mary and Keep On Chooglin'. Great. CCR is just it seemed like every song they put out was fantastic. They're one of the biggest singles bands of all time. Basically, every single they put out was a huge hit at the time. Next up, Cosmos Factory, which could be my favorite. It's tied with the next one I'll show. It's got songs like Ramble Tamble, Before You Accuse Me. That's a great, great song. Looking Out My Back Door, Run Through the Jungle, Up Around the Bend. Who Will Stop the Rain? I Heard It Through the Grapevine. Can they put any more hits on this record? Could they have done that? It seems like it should have been against the rules to put that many hits on the same album. Someone should have been like, yeah. You gotta spread them out a little more than that. Come on. Next one, Green River. I think this is probably considered their best album. Which this I got. It wasn't one of the first 3 I got when like I mentioned with the Johnny Cash record. It wasn't in that group, but it was right around that same time. It's got Green River, Commotion, Tombstone Shadow. I love that song. It's got Wrote a Song for Everyone, Lodi, The Nighttime is the Right Time. This is another, every song is amazing. And that's basically what Creedence did for at least most of their albums. It was just every song was oh, this is another big hit. Oh, this is another one. Oh, this is another one. And can't really go wrong with CCR. Did I do it? I did it again. I forgot to turn the timer on. It's been 4.5 minutes. Or about 4 minutes, really. So I'll just set it for 6 minutes. Okay. Jeez, I'm losing it. Alright, I'll just show these next 2 together. I got them from a thrift store, and I can't say I've listened to either one of them all that much. But it's these 2 Nat King Cole records. Got Ramblin' Rose, and then this one, the Nat King Cole Story Volume 1. Just some good vocal jazz from way back in the day. can't really say a whole lot about it because I haven't put a lot of time into that album, or those albums, excuse me. Next up, one of the greatest jazz albums from one of the greatest jazz musicians of all time. I'm not saying anything that's like revolutionary. This is a well-known fact. You got A Love Supreme by John Coltrane. Now this album, for some reason, eluded me for a long time, and it wasn't like I couldn't find it, because it's a pretty common reissue. It was more, for some reason, I could never like pull the trigger on this album. I don't know why, because I really enjoy it. Here, I'll show you the really cool gatefold. It's got like a something he wrote, and then kind of like another thing he wrote, but almost like a sort of like a prayer or whatever. Anyways, moving on. For some reason, I could never pull the trigger on this album, and then finally one day I was like, I'm getting it, okay? I'm gonna finally get it, and I'm glad I did, because it's actually, now that I think about it, I got it the same day I got my current turntable. I got the turntable in the mail, and then I went to the store and got A Love Supreme. I actually have another John Coltrane up here, Blue Train, another great jazz album. Before I move on, I'm sorry if you can hear my chair creaking. It's a wooden chair. It's kind of old. I'm sorry if you can hear it. The microphone's like, as you can see, right here, and I'm sitting on a creaky chair right here. So hopefully it's not too loud or too disruptive. Next one, Elvis Costello's My Aim Is True, his debut album. This one I was kind of surprised about too, that I liked it as much as I did. It's kind of like the Cars, sort of. He's got kind of a quirky style about himself, really, like in his voice and his style, as you can kind of see on the back there. And this one actually says it was for promotional use only, and it was ownership reserved by CBS and sale is unlawful. So it's actually not like an official pressing. So that's kind of cool. It's got songs like Miracle Man, Blame It on Cain, Allison, Waiting for the End of the World. I mean, this is a really, really good album. Another one I think, I don't want to say all people should go listen to it, but I mean, just give it a shot. You may like it, you may not. Ooh, that was kind of bars right there. Anyways, next up, and to finish off this one cube, is David Crosby's album, If Only I Could Remember My Name. This is a really cool, sort of psychedelic, country rock album. As you know, David Crosby is from Crosby, Stills and Nash, originally from the Byrds. If you like Neil Young and you've never heard of David Crosby, I mean, he's a lot like that. But this one, actually, it's kind of a funny little thing. It came with, I mean, the record didn't come with this. It's just, like, whoever owned this before put this in here. It's got, like, they cut out an article from a People magazine about him called Confessions of a Coke Addict by David Crosby. And then there's these newspaper articles about him. And it looks like, yeah, it's just like a bunch of different, like here's one. It says, singer David Crosby freed after 5 months in prison. It's just, whoever owned this before really liked David Crosby. They probably sold the record when records kind of went out of style, or they just like needed money or something. But yeah, it's actually got also, which I never noticed this before, but it has a poster for a Prince Prince like show coming up Sunday, November 6th through November 6 to 8 p.m. That's okay. That's kind of a weird way to word it. From 1988. So yeah, it's kind of a cool little extra piece in there. And then it's got a nice gatefold with a bunch of different people who kind of, contributed to the album or that he's just friends with or whatever. It's got Jerry Garcia. It's got Ethan Crosby, Graham Nash, Neil Young, Phil Lesh, Grace Slick, Joni Mitchell. Yeah, it's got David Crosby. Oh, and it's got David Geffen over here. It's really, really good album. It's got his face on the back there, and all in like a pink filter. Oh, let me put the other stuff back in there. But if you're interested in listening to this album, but you don't necessarily want to commit to the whole album, there's a song on here called Cowboy Movie. Go listen to that, and then if you like that, definitely listen to the whole thing. Alright guys, that's it for part 4. Not 8, but 4. I finished 1 cube in 4 videos, so it would probably be about 16 videos then. Kind of depends on how much I talk, how much I ramble about these records. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the series so far. Hope you enjoyed this single video. If you haven't watched the other videos, make sure to go do that. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.